to Dick's Sporting Goods decision to stop sales of AR-15s and high-capacity magazines?
Look, they have every right to do it. They are a company that is responsible to their shareholders. They have to act in the best interest of their shareholders, and if they believe that's the right thing, then they are certainly free to do that, and they should do what they think is best for their company.
What do you think of the corporations' decisions, though, deciding to come out and restrict this when Congress will not? Are we seeing, as Andrew just said a moment ago, the market make changes that our lawmakers are unwilling to do?
Yeah, look, obviously they're reacting to something, so they have to make individual decisions, just like lawmakers do, about what's best for their shareholders, and that's their decision. Not every company is making this decision, obviously. So far we've heard about a few, so it's going to be interesting to see if there's a lot of companies or just a few that react this way.
Well, you're talking about shareholders. Ultimately, lawmakers' shareholders are the American people. They're the public, and poll after poll shows that in the wake of this tragedy in particular, the American people want stronger gun control. They want more measures. Are Republicans being tone deaf on this?
You know, I think part of it is trying to figure out what will actually work. I mean, more gun laws, I don't think, are the answer. I mean, we have laws against murder, and we still have shooters that are willing to violate those laws. I would rather focus on something that would actually work, which is providing a deterrent, which is having people ready to go, whether it's law enforcement or whether it's armed teachers. I want something that actually works. I'm tired of hearing about these stories, and I want to spend a lot of years focused on gun laws. We can do that after we actually fix the problem, which is to have people ready to react and to provide a deterrent for these horrific crimes.
Let's talk about what happened in your state recently, relatively recently. The Dallas shooter in 2016, he used an AK-47 assault-style rifle. He was a military vet. He knew how to use it. Do you think that there's any reason to trust civilians, even out of the military, with a gun of that power?
Well, sure. I mean, we had the same thing happen in Sutherland Springs, where we had a church shooting. There are laws in Texas against guns in churches, unless there's exceptions to that. So no one had a gun. But what happened after, when this person came in to shoot all these people, somebody came in from the outside, and my understanding is they came up with an AR-15. It actually saved the lives of the rest of the people in that church. So, you know, had that person not been armed and not had the ability to fight back, we would have had more people dead.
Well, I'm talking
Texas.
About the Dallas shooter is a different shooter, not the church shooter.
No, I was giving you absolutely. I was giving you an example of when a weapon like that was useful in Texas, and we actually had an example of a weapon like that being used to defend people. So yeah, I mean, in most cases, it's a weapon that most people wouldn't have a need for. But in one case, at least recently in Texas, it saved lives.
Let's talk about whether or not raising the age to buy guns is a good idea. You've been quoted in the past by saying, I don't think changing gun laws will affect somebody that's willing to kill people. What about, at the very least, raising the age minimum for somebody to own an assault-style rifle like an AR-15?
Like, I don't really have a problem with changing the age. I just don't think it's going to make much difference. I think that people that want to kill are going to find a way to get a gun. And so I want to focus on things that are going to work. If people want to spend time passing laws like this, fine, do it. But meanwhile, I would love to put in place, like we have schools in Texas that have armed teachers. There are signs when you come to the school saying, administrators and teachers may be armed. And so I would love to see more of that in my state and in other places, so we don't have to keep repeating the same story.